Then, welcome to another episode of the Python programming class.
Yay.
And yeah, so last
Love that.
week we covered a lot of topics. One of them was web scraping, and then on Wednesday, because every Wednesday we have this catch-up call where I will just be available with Blazor, where you guys can join and ask any question which you have. It doesn't have to be related to our task or whatever. It can be anything, like Jonny did, because we just worked off his issue with SQL or PostgreSQL with databases, and I just made or recorded an episode about databases and just gave a quick and very basic explanation between the different types of databases, and that's what we do on Wednesday. And now on Sunday, now it's 9 p.m. I will just go down our agenda, which I prepared for you guys. And before I do that, I just want to welcome Afro Guts here because he newly joined and he already watched
Thank you.
3 of my episodes, which I did
Welcome.
with all of
Thank
you
you.
guys. And yeah, man, so that's why welcome.
You're
And
welcome.
I hope you will have some fun. Maybe you can tell us how it was for you, because Jonny and Pins, they actually came in very, very early, and you are like one of the um, newcomers. So how was the adventure for you by joining it, and how did you even join that, Afro? Maybe you can explain that a little bit.
Well, at first I was lost in YouTube, just searching for like to learn Python. Then I found your reel in Instagram. Then I go to your to your YouTube, found your videos like the playlist, and started go to your Twitch, talk to you a little bit, and go back to YouTube, continue learning. And now I know some loops and
Nice, man. So you're very
I know some basics in Python.
I like that, man. Like you're very, like, you have a flow. You just see something, you don't think too much, and you just do it, right?
Yeah.
Nice.
Because if I think too much, I will be lazy. And I won't do it.
Overthinking, yes, yes, yes. Maybe you also can tell us what your actual goal is to why you do all of that.
Actually, I want to learn some cybersecurity. That's why I want to learn Python. But it's okay to know everything.
Really, I never
Yeah.
saw that people actually learn Python to go to cybersecurity, because they normally go into C or C++ or something, because that's the programming language which is more related to what they have to do, or just scripting. I'm not sure if
Even
sorry.
even Python is good in scripting. Even Python is
Yeah,
good in
yeah, of course,
scripting,
of course.
and
That's why.
it's an easy language to start with.
Okay, okay. Then you you
I
you
guess.
know.
I guess.
All right,
Yeah.
because Tess, our birthday girl today. So, by the way, Tess, if you're watching this, happy birthday to you. I hope you
Hey,
have a great
Tess.
day. Yes,
Happy
man.
birthday.
She's our cybersecurity expert, but she's not here right now. So, if you have any questions, Afro, just ask her. Okay.
So thank you.
Yeah, so all that just for the welcoming, and I will introduce you to the agenda today. So let's go over. As you can see here, I always prepare a very basic agenda. So we have a timeline which what you can expect from today actually. So if you're watching the video, you know what's going on. And today we just go over the task number 8, which I gave you last week, and I will just take the task from Tess or from Jonny, but I think this time I will take Johnny's result, because he's here as well. And then I will just cover the topic, what is web scraping again, because that's what I did last week. But we didn't get to the juicy part actually, because we were busy with what was it? Git ignore this issue from Johnny, which we solved afterwards. Then I will just cover the packages which we should know, or like the modules or frameworks, if that makes more sense to you, Afro. Which you should know, so you can actually scrape your first web page, and those are actually called request and beautiful soup. And then I will show you how I would go, or how I would approach to learn all of that if I would be alone. Because if you remember, my goal is not to sorry, It's not to just teach you something and say this is how you do this, and this is how we can do all of that. It's more like I want to extend your horizon and your perspective, how you can do that also without me for other topics. Because I think the most important skill you should learn is to learn how to learn. That sounds
Yeah.
weird, but when I was studying, that's basically one of the biggest things which I learned. Like I learned how to learn. That's what I want you guys to do as well. But I already can tell you guys are very, how do you say it, proactive, and you have your drive and you want to do it yourself. But I just give you some resources and all this stuff, okay? But before that,
Okay.
do you guys have any questions?
Let's go. I seen Lom did on Instagram story before they posted on web scraping on YouTube, right?
What did you see?
Like on Instagram story last time, Lom posted a
Who?
boomerang. You, Lom.
Me? Oh, me.
Yeah. You posted like a boomerang of you scraping on YouTube data,
Ah,
right?
yes, yes.
On YouTube trends. Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah,
is
I
it same thing as we're doing?
yeah, for those who don't know, I just showed my terminal, which was just printing a lot of lines because I was basically scraping YouTube data, and I just wrote into my code that it should log what I've been doing right now, and that's what Isaac currently just mentioned. And yes,
Mm-hmm.
that's basically also scraping data, but it isn't web scraping because I'm not scraping the web page.
Mm.
I'm actually using an API, so you could
Oh.
you could discuss and how do you say it? Question if this is web scraping, but because web
Mm.
scraping basically is calling an URL and then you get the whole code from the website which you're scraping and then you do something. But I used an API, but also APIs also are kind of related to web pages, right?
Mm.
So you could say it was web scraping, but I was using an API, which I also will introduce to you maybe today as well. And yeah, but that's basically what you would be capable of if you know how to use request and beautiful soup in this case.
Okay.
Okay, so let's just dive down into task number 8 from Jonny, because Jonny just sent me his results so we can check it out actually. And for Afro, if you don't know, we have, I think, task 3, 5, 4, or 5 or something. This is where I introduced you guys to Git, and we also have some recordings where how to set up Git and all this stuff, where you actually have to upload your whole code, because
Okay. Yeah.
you can tell by yourself, always sending me your code is kind of weird, right? Because imagine you do 10
Yeah.
tasks and then you always send me a screenshot which I can't even touch. That's a little bit it's suboptimal. That's why the solution is Git. That's why just continue watching the videos and then you get your hands on Git and then you know how to do that. But if you have any questions, just let me know, okay? And
Okay. Thank you.
this is from Jonny, and this is his repository. If you go here and check this out, so what do we have here? Yeah, this is, man, I love this picture. And then we have repository here, and this is one repository, like one of your project, which stores all of your files which we have, and that's called Python Bootcamp Self Dev. And don't forget, guys, don't use dots in your name. Just rename it to underscore as well, or just remove the dot. And this is from Jonny. And let's check out where is it. Wait, I clicked too much. I will go back here. Okay, so this is Python Bootcamp, and then we have task number 9. Perfect. Oh, is it task number 9 already? Or is it number 8? I
It
forgot.
is number 9.
Oh my god. Damn, we have too many. I mixed them up. Okay, so let's see what you're doing. What is all that, man? Where do I have to start? Request module?
Don't you have to start? Wait, do you know what you wanted from us before
Oh
we
yeah,
start?
yeah, I remember. So let me go back actually
So
because
long-term goal for it.
sorry,
You're working for a long-term goal, right?
long time ago.
A long-term goal,
Oh
like
yeah,
we're
long
working towards
term goal.
something.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes, yes.
Mm.
Yeah, Johnny, the reason why I forgot all of this is because normally I have like something or a request from you that you have task like a file which is called task 9a or something. But this time it was a little
Okay.
bit different because I told you guys to create files and explain something, you know? So the first task was to define for yourself what is web scraping. Let's see what Johnny actually found out, and then also what is HTML and API, because that's the basic requirement which you need to know and understand before you actually can do something with Python and web pages, right? Or work with them. And then I also just wanted you to dive down into request and do some research, what you actually could do, and then do your first example of web scraping. And if you haven't, that's what we are doing today. So, Johnny, let's see what you have done,
Yes.
right? So, what is web scraping? What do you have here? Web scraping.txt. That was the task which you have to do. And let's see, I will move my head to the right side. Okay, so what is this, man? He wrote, what is web scraping? Um, Okay, so what do we have? Automated process of large data extraction from a website. It requires software tools as Scraping Bee, Scrapey, Octopus, parts of Fmine. Okay, okay, that makes sense. Does it make sense to you guys as well?
Yeah.
Okay, then we have this. I would just fly over that because then Johnny can tell us about that himself. But I think it sounds pretty good. Python row for okay. Okay, man, that sounds really good. So, Johnny, maybe you can tell us what web scraping is for you. Maybe also just with your own words, because it helps you more if you just can explain it by yourself, you know.
Okay.
But if you don't know some data types or something, or file types, or use cases, just use your file which you wrote. But maybe you can say it in 1 or 2 sentences what web scraping is, so Afro also could tell it other people.
Web scraping offers you the opportunity to, get certain data you want from a website, from a URL, basically.
Okay,
This is what I would say in one sentence.
perfect, perfect. Then my question for you is web scraping only possible with Python?
No.
Oh, really? What else can you use?
Software tools?
Yes.
I honestly don't know. It's just that because you were asking for Python and what the role of Python is. That's why
Yeah, no
I wrote
problem, no
it down.
problem.
But the thing is, so as far as I understood it, that you can write your own scripts or like your own web scraping tools with Python, basically, or you use already written, or like you can use tools which are already there, but they sometimes costs money too. So
Okay,
I
okay,
don't
makes
know.
sense. I
But the
understand.
but I think the benefits of writing your own script is that you can write it so that it it does what you need, basically exactly what you need, instead of using a tool which sometimes doesn't offer this. I would say it like that.
Okay, makes sense, makes sense. Totally right. What about you guys, Afro and Pins? Isaac, what do you guys think? Is it only possible with Python?
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to look for it. My my thinking is that the moment when Long asks this question, you know for sure that it isn't. Like it's a pattern that Long does. But the point is that I don't know what else
He's
exactly.
analyzing me, man.
Yeah, like it couldn't I mean, I don't know, it could necessarily be just be like, because
Okay,
API
okay.
doesn't work, an API doesn't only work for Python, right? An API can also work for, like, say, Java or like JSON or something,
Yes,
right?
yes, yes. Afro, do you have any thoughts on that?
No, no, I don't know.
Okay, let me just draw it for you because this is important, guys. Oh my God, where is it? Because I don't want you just to learn what is web scraping or how you do that. It makes more sense if you understand what you actually are doing, and if you understand the essence of the whole process, then you can do it by yourself and without even having this problem, you know? So let's just pretend we have like, what is this? Pan, man, so big. So we have this web page here. Whoop, doop, doop, doop. And then we have some web page. I don't know what this page is called. Maybe it's Isaac's page where he has all his spells to summon demons or something, okay? And then, beep. This is Jonny at home. And also, this is Isaac.
Yes, me. Wow.
And then we have our newcomer here.
Bro.
You have a nose, man. You have a nose. So
You can't breathe.
so this is somewhere on the internet, right? And now you guys you have all your laptops here. Oh my god, yeah, that's an amazing laptop.
Ow.
And now you all want to go to the internet, and then you send some connection here, beep, 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 and then it sends all something back, right? It's all the same. So everybody sends the same domain or URL to the internet, and then they get something back, right? This is the home page, and then they get all the code which is on this page, and then you can get it, right?
Yep.
So, and now let's pretend this is another computer which looks a little bit more realistic. Oh my god, no, this is wrong. More realistic, like a computer. And this belongs to nobody, but it's on the internet cafe or something. And this page now requests the same domain, which is www.theselfdev.com. Okay, our homepage from our community. So if any person, like the computer from a random person, requests this page, will this person get the same result? Like, will they see the same page?
It should be.
Should be, right?
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And now imagine this is a computer, and does the internet understand that that you are a person? Or wait, let me use another color. Like, does the computer understand that you are a human being who requested this page? Like here, those are people, right? And this is like, let's pretend this is a robot. Okay, whatever that kind of robot is, man.
That's cute. Okay.
This is a robot.
Beep
So does
That's right.
this web page understand that this robot is requesting the web page, or how does it detect it?
No, right?
It
You
doesn't,
only
right?
recognize it as a device.
Exactly.
You
So
also have
because
to request it, just
this robot, how does this robot talk to the website, or how does it say, I want to open the selfdev.com now?
It sends a request to the server for it to
Here.
ping back, right?
Exactly. So it just sends sending request for the selfdev.com. So he's doing that, and then you are doing that. Oh my god, maybe I make it a bit smaller. You are doing that, beep, and you. It's all the same. And now imagine we have multiple computers who do that, and they all have their own code. And that should somehow explain to you, to yourself, if it's possible to scrape web pages or to open web pages with other languages than Python, right?
Yeah.
So what is the answer if I ask you, is it only possible to scrape web pages with Python, with this example?
No. Yeah, the answer is no. You can do
Exactly,
more than just
because
Python.
if you take the programming languages like C or C++ or Python or JavaScript or even Java, man, we hate Java, so we just cross this, or we'd use PHP. It doesn't matter what it is, even Pascal and I don't know, man, what languages exist. I forgot. Flutter, everything. That's why it doesn't matter what kind of programming language you use. You just need to be able to talk to the internet. And for that, you basically have to write code. But to reduce time for you, the programming languages or the people who use those programming languages, they all wrote some code already to request web pages. And to save your time, they just created frameworks or packages so you can use them and then just request a web page and then you get the return or like the source code of this web page. Does it make sense?
Makes sense. Makes sense.
Exactly. And that's why it doesn't
Yeah.
matter what kind of programming language you use. Even if you invent a new programming language, you even could do it with that. You just need to be able to write it in a way that it can access the internet. Okay? That's the answer to the question if it's possible only with Python or not. And that's why what you need to learn is it doesn't matter what programming language you use. You can do the same with every language. There's just a difference between performance and use case. Like, remember what I said about chopping down a tree?
This is what Lon said in day one, is that you can do any two you can do also for the same function, but use the most efficient ones.
Exactly. Afro, did you hear the example in the first episode or
Yeah.
so? Exactly.
I don't know. I guess I don't remember.
Yeah, but
Just catch
basically
the
what
important things.
is what Isaac just said. Like when you want to chop down a tree, you can use a sword, a knife.
Yeah, I remember. I remember that
Exactly.
example. I
And
remember.
that's the same with here with requesting web pages. But in this case, just requesting an API or a web page is the easiest thing you can do with any programming language. That's why it doesn't matter. Okay. But processing the data, that's another story. Okay. And that's why we just wanted to ask or answer the question, what is web scraping again? And I hope that gave you some more information or answer to that, because when you can request the data or like the code behind the web page which you are requesting, whenever you write anything into the browser, what is it called? Browser search bar, then you request some source code. Like the page which you see right now here on my screen, it's also a web page which is called miro.com. And when I do that, I'm here, and then I send some request to the web server which is called miro.com, or a server which has this domain, and then I just get the data back. But I'm not a computer, so I don't work with the code. But if I would be this computer here, I would get the code and then I can do something with that. And that's what Jonny did with his task. So this is what you can read about web scraping, because that's basically what the task was. So let's go back to the next one. Or do you guys have any questions so far? Okay, perfect.
Be
Then
good.
the next one was, what is an HTML and API again? Oh, maybe I should remove N. It's just, what is HTML and API again? So can anybody tell me what HTML is and what an API is?
Oh shit. HTML, yes, is the code that built the website, I'm guessing.
Okay.
Like, yeah. Whereas API is where an app that can communicate with. Wait, Long explained before in another episode. There was like how you communicate between like two different, like between a server and a request. Like how does it interact in between? So API is the one that helps interact in between.
I guess the API was the middleman between server and client. I guess, yeah.
Server
And
and client, yeah.
HTML is some language to write the data in a site, I guess, and to style it with CSS. I guess that's.
Yeah. You guys are on the right track. And just to answer the question, HTML is basically just the structure, the content of your web page. So if you just have HTML, your web page will just have the like all the content, like all your text in like how to say it, vertically. So everything would be just look like this, like on my page right now. If I would use HTML, it would just look like this. It will just
Just a
look
pure text.
all down. It will from top to bottom. It's just the structure, like what you have, what you want to be visible on your web page. That's like what Johnny wrote here. HTML is a hypertext markup language, and I need you guys to internalize that you shouldn't say that HTML is a programming language, okay? Because HTML basically just tells you, like it says, it's a hypertext or like a text markup language. If you can go here, so I right clicked here and said inspect or view page source, then you can see this is my whole, like this code which you can see right now here. This is basically this page, okay? Can you see that? Who was that? Is it Tanak?
Kinda.
Of course, man. Okay,
Hello.
okay. So can
How
you
do
see
I
Hello.
that?
merge?
This is the source code. This is HTML. As you can see, look at this. It just says like what we saw here in the beginning. It said, what was it? The white text title by Python Bootcamp, bam, Dingo Dog, Python, and you can here see at the top where my mouse is. It says the title is Python Bootcamp self slash HTML, and then it's just cut off. But you can see it. This is basically the title, right? And that's the whole code. And if I wouldn't have CSS, which is your style for this page, then this whole source code would just look like this. Can you see that? But if you add CSS to it, then it would look like this, just like that, what you can see right now. And that's why HTML is not a programming language. It's just a language to highlight or to mark specific sequences in your code. If you can see it like this, look at this. Here we said in the beginning, where is it? Oh my God, it's so long. Here we said, this text here, this white text, this should be the title. So this is my markup. You see, there's no code. This code snippet is a code itself, but you are not coding anything here. You're not programming. You're just setting a tag. And that's basically what you need to understand, that every web page which you get is just this structure here, which you can see. Okay? Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it's basically just the content, say content.
Yeah. Or you could say it's the skeleton of your web page, because if you don't decide what you want to write on it, it will be just empty. And as you can see here, Johnny said it describes the structure of the web page. Okay? And then it includes the elements which tell the browser how to display it, blah, 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 all that stuff. And if you want to read more, it makes sense. And then to go back to the API, because we're just recalling all those terms, you know. API is basically, or it stands for Application Programming Interface. Like you guys already said, it's the middleman. And the best example which you could internalize is that an API is like a waiter in a restaurant. Because you don't talk to the restaurant owner. You also don't talk to the person who cooks your food. You talk to the person who delivers what you want. And that person is the waiter who talks to you and talks to the restaurant. And that's what Johnny has written here perfectly well. Look at this. This is really good. So Johnny, man, really good job on that one. I hope that also helped you to internalize all of that.
Yes, it did.
Perfect. So then, do you have any questions, guys?
No.
Good.
Perfect. Okay.
I have question.
Tell me, what do you want to know,
How
Mr.
how
Tanak?
how do I merge in Git? How do I resolve merge conflicts in Git? How do I even commit?
That's a really good question. Maybe we can talk about that after our class.
Should we use terminal or a program like source tree?
Yeah, just use your terminal. It's always good. So thank you, Mr. Tanak, for your input. Let's continue with the package, okay? So number C was, what does the request package do? So, Afro, do you know what
Yeah.
packages are?
Yes. Some type of data, I guess.
Packages in
No,
Python.
I don't know. I can.
No problem, no problem. Isaac, hello. Do you know what packages are, or how would you describe packages in Python?
I have no idea.
No
I have no
problem,
idea.
man. Johnny, man, you're the last hope, man.
Mm-hmm.
You can be the hero now. What are packages?
Packages are libraries or like a collection of different functions which do certain things.
Perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Look at this, guys. So imagine this is a piece of code or like a file. And then I have a function inside. So I assume you guys know what functions are, okay? So functions basically are just code snippets which serve a single purpose, which you can call over and over and over again. So let's say we have a function. So this is not how you write a function, okay? This is just an example. Function one, it delivers you the time which you have right now, okay? And then the function number two, it will give you the current. Oh my god, I would do it differently. I would say like this: current Bitcoin price. Beep. Hello? Yeah, that's how it works. Okay, then we have the third one, which is here. Boop. Function number three, which gives you the current Dogecoin or Dogecoin price. Okay, cryptocurrencies, guys, if you don't know. So those are the functions which we have right now. And this is not your code, but this is something which Johnny wrote. And now you are here and you want to write your code. Boop, boop, boop. And this is your Python code. And now if you want to get the time, you have to import some other functions from somewhere else, like inbuilt Python packages or something, or code snippets to use the time. Or if you want to get the current Bitcoin price, you also have to look up how to do that, and the same for the third function. But if you say, okay, I want to import this whole code snippet, which I have here from Johnny, I can say, like, for example, this is called Johnny's code, JC dot py. And then I would just say import. Oh my god, this is so bad. I should have written JC. And then I can say JC dot, and then I want to call F1. And if I call this one, you see, this will call this function here. And then I get my current time. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
This is your own code. And
I don't understand.
no, you don't understand. Why not? What is missing for you?
How does this work again? Can you explain everything? I wasn't listening. That's why I don't
Oh,
understand.
sorry. Then just listen to the recording, man.
Oh,
Johnny,
should
does it make
class-
sense to you?
Yeah, it does.
Okay, and then you can do the same for function 2 or function 3. And now imagine you have this whole chunk here. Wait, can I delete this? Okay, I have like this thing multiple times, and then we put another color around this and say this is red. Boom. And now you have multiple files, like this is file 2, this is file 1, and then now you have a summary, a collection of those different snippets from Johnny, and this is your package. Okay? Because now Johnny can say, hey man, I coded so much, maybe I should pack it like a package and deploy it somewhere on, for example, pyp.org, and then people can look for this package and then install it on their own in their own code, and then they can use it. And that's why, or that's what you call a package. Okay, just a small recall on this topic if you don't know. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Perfect. Isaac, man, you're muted.
No, yeah, I get it. I get it. I'm looking at it as I go. Yes,
Okay.
I get it.
Okay, perfect. Then now to answer the question or to go back to our actually task here is which packages should you know? And that's when we come to this page, which is called pyp.org. And then you have packages like requests or requests, I don't know, requests. And that's one of the most important package. You should know how to use them. And if you go on this page, you basically get a description of this project and hopefully also an example how to use that. And that's what I wanted Jonny to do, okay? And that's why, Jonny, let's see if you did that right, because that's basically the a code snippet which you could have used by yourself, and it also would have shown you how to install it in your own computer. Afro.
Question.
Yes. Yes.
Is it PYP
Nee,
Pi
PYPI.
PIPI? Okay,
Let
got
me
it.
text it in the chat here. I posted it for you.
Thanks.
So Afro, this and also for
Yeah.
Isaac, those are like pyp.org. This is one of the most important web pages for you if it's about packages in Python. Because the best part about Python is that everything you want to do, or like 90% of all the tasks which you want to do, already has been done. I mean, the question then is, has it been done in a good way or in a not so good way? That's another question, right? But basically, it all has been done already, and then you can look for it. For example, you want to look how to flatten a dictionary in Python. And then somebody has done it for you, and then you just can use this package, or it's a function in another package which you have found. Because if you say, for example, Python, how to flatten a dictionary, so this is what I would Google, and then it says flatten nested dictionaries compressing keys in Stack Overflow. And then you see, look at this. This is the example, okay? So this is a dictionary or a JSON if you don't, if you're not aware of that. Oh shit, aware yet? And as you can see, this is a key and a value key, and this key has another dictionary which is super nested, as you can see, right? You see, because this key has another dictionary with another key, and this key from the key of the key has another key which is called X. You see, and that's super complicated. That's what's called nested dictionaries, because the layer goes deeper and deeper, and you have different levels. And he wants to do something like this, which is called flattening, and then he wants to get all on the same level. As you can see, there's no gap anymore. So there's no indent, which indicates that you have different levels. If that makes any sense to you guys. Does it make sense?
About this code.
Yeah, just that you understand the structure of this code. Because now you can see it says A is 1, right? Like the same here. And then it says C underscore A, but here it was C is A equals 2. But now it says C underscore A is 2. So you don't need to understand it completely. I just wanted to show you that people are looking for this feature. And he asked, how would you go about flattening that into something? And then some people just come and give their answer. And then he says, oh yeah, I have this function. You basically just could copy it and use it for yourself. Or somebody suggests this function, which I always use, which comes from pandas. And pandas is another package which you need to know later. But as you can see, here's an example. He says D is my dictionary. And then he just uses pandas as PD. So this is just your abbreviation, PD, JSON normalize, and then you get your result. So that's just an example where you can use a package to reach your goal of flattening a dictionary. And that's just an excursus how you actually, how your workflow looks like. Does it make sense?
Okay.
So you don't need to understand everything what I just said, just that you have to Google something which you want to do, and then you see there's a package which does what you want for you already.
That most of the time answers are already out here.
Yeah,
Because it's already been done for most of the time.
yeah, or you use your own code which somebody has written here. You can see I just could copy this and use it, and then it's done. And then the question would be, okay, If it takes too long because of the time complexity, you can just look for another solution. But you can see it already has been done. And that's what I'm trying to tell you or explain to you, that packages are a blessing. Okay? And if you don't have any questions, I will go over to Johnny's repository and go to the actual part where he coded. Where's that, Johnny?
Completely wrong task 8.
No, where are you?
Uh,
Oh, you have to change the to master branch first.
oh, master. Okay, here's one thing for you, Johnny. The first branch of GitHub is called main, and if you want to create a new one, just call it dev. Okay? Because dev is
Oh, I need to talk to
Blazor.
Blazor again, because we set this up, and today I realized that everything I upload doesn't go into main. It goes into
Yeah,
master.
no problem, no
So I
problem.
need to figure this out with him later on.
Yeah, we'll do that then. Okay, then you have it here, and then let's see what is happening. So the task is in request module.py, and this is number 8. And where's the task? Is this the task?
9C is the task, yes.
No, I mean the description of the task. Actually, did I write it somewhere?
Oh, why? What request does?
Yeah.
Oh, count the E of a web page.
Oh yeah, this one. But is it here as well? Oh yeah, it's here. Perfect. Okay, okay. So in this example, I just want to check if Johnny tested the request package. Okay, because I assume you guys maybe have used some packages already, but in this case, we will use request, and I will explain it to you so you can use it in the future. Okay, and here's a trick for you, Johnny. I don't know if you know that, but if you go on GitHub, like this page which you have right now, and you press dot, and then it would transform it into a web IDE.
Okay, cool.
Look what's happening. It just takes some time, because I also have the
Jeez.
dark side or something.
Wait, no way.
Look, now I have a
what?
damn web IDE here, man. Can you see that? It's like on my...
Press what again?
Can what?
You press what again?
Dot, like your dot on your
Full
keyboard.
stop.
Just dot.
Oh.
But I can't
Changes
zoom
everything,
in.
man.
Yeah, but you shouldn't code here, you know?
Okay,
What?
yeah. Shouldn't go here. Yeah.
Okay, now wait, let me make it bigger. What is this? It's keyboard settings.
Control plus, I guess. Control plus.
Yeah, it doesn't work
Holy
actually.
shit.
Wait. Oh no, it works. Because oh man, I'm so stupid. Because I was scrolling on my Mac, it works, but on my Windows PC, I have to press, of course, Control plus. Thank you, Afro. Oh my god, it's broken, guys. Oh.
Oh,
this one.
question. What is GitHub desktop?
Oh
Does
my
it
God.
help in any way?
Wait, github.com. I need to go back. What was your question again? Oh, this is the wrong one.
GitHub desktop. The one they keep on at some point.
Dingo.
after you
Man,
download.
where's the page? Bingo, dingo. Doge, dingo.
Doge thing.
Man. GitHub desktop. It basically is GitHub as a client. So a client basically means you have GitHub, which is here, which you can see on my browser on your computer, and then you can see all your branches and your commits from there, instead of going into the terminal and writing git status, git commit, git checkout branch or something, and then you just can click and change it by yourself. You know, like that's what front end developers do, because they don't know how to use the terminal.
Help people. Okay, got it.
Front to front end.
Yeah, exactly. So no.
Help
I
people.
would say it's a damn joke, but I swear most people who are front-end developers, they simply don't know how to use a terminal, and that's why I want to avoid you guys to experience. I want you guys to understand how to do that. That's why here in our class we don't use GitHub desktop.
Purely
Never.
on GitHub only.
Yeah, man. Only with a terminal. Okay? If I see you,
Understand.
man, oh man, that won't end well. Hiya.
You can't chat me, huh?
I can, man. Just wait. Just wait. Okay, so look at this. So next week, Isaac will ask me for help, and then I will ask him, "Hey, can you screen share?" And then I say, "Can you change the branch?" Then he opens GitHub Desktop. Then I will find you, man. Okay. Anyways, GitHub, we are back. Now I just make it a little bit bigger for you, and now you see task number 8. What was the task number 9C? It says, in my previous video, I started talking about the request module. Create a new file and get familiar working with that module by requesting a page of your choice and printing the whole HTML code of it. Your code shouldn't be longer than 10 lines. So let's see what your lines look like. You have, like, all of that are comments. So we just have 2 lines. Perfect. It shouldn't be more than.
It includes line number 6 as well, but
Oh,
I
yeah.
commented it.
Lucky you, man.
to-
3 of 10. So that actually looks good. So, guys, do you understand what's happening here actually, or should I execute it for you? I will just open PyCharm. Hello, guys. Do you know?
Yeah, I can explain it if you want to.
Yeah, man. Maybe you can explain it. So then, do you want to explain it here, or just also run it on your computer?
Just explain it from the code we see here.
Okay. So what
So,
do we have here?
Yeah. So first, in order to use the requests package, I called it library earlier, but I think the official term is package. I imported it. In case you import it as well, and it highlights a red line under request, it means that package needs to be installed first. This is what Long tried to explain to you earlier with the pip, and how to work with virtual environments, for example. Yeah, requests. This is what you have to write into your terminal in order to install the package. PyCharm has it. Otherwise, if you don't have PyCharm or don't use it, you can always use the command shell as well. So yeah, so we imported requests, and now what I did is, by importing the request package, we have access to the functions or methods in this case. We have access to the functions there, and now I see I have a variable called r, and then I typed in the requests package dot get, and get is the function basically I'm using from the package, and get opens the it opens
say the web
post
page.
200 something. I don't know. Yeah, it opens the web page.
Okay. Perfect. Then let me just do a quick dive into another thing. So Johnny said this is a function which you use from this request package, right? But if you have never used something like that, you don't know what that is. And that's what I try to explain to you. So you go to Python and say requests and package. Because if you use a package, you need to understand what kind of functions does it have, right? So if I go here, and somewhere it should show me a list of all the functions it has. And if not, I have to look up for the documentation. So you see API reference and user guide available on read the docs. So if I go here, and I should be able to read something like that. So this is not a very user-friendly module
Zoom in,
or
zoom in.
package. Sorry? Zoom
Zoom
in.
in, zoom
Oh,
in.
yeah. So this is not so good how I can see, because if I say installation of request, it shows you how to do that. And then let's see what it says. Make a request. Because I'm looking for the functions actually, but as you can see, it doesn't, because normally you have a list of all that. So I have to say Python requests documentation functions, maybe. Maybe this one or this one. Let's check it out. So it also doesn't have all of the examples which we have, because normally when you do that, on the left or right side you get all the functions which you can use from that. But if we just stay on this page, you can see, for example, here it says pip install request, and then it says, okay, how to import this, and then it introduced you to some functions which you need to use, or which you can use actually. And in this case, it just tells you the get request, because if you really want to understand how all of that works, you also need to learn about, yeah, let me write it into the chat, HTTP. Okay, and for those who don't know, HTTP basically is a protocol. Okay, a protocol basically means it's a set of rules how you actually work with specific technologies. And in this case, it just tells you how to talk to the internet or how to talk to web pages. You see, that's why I'm trying to get you to understand all of that first, because if you don't do that, you basically just run code and you don't know what you're doing. And that's why this will be another topic which you have to check out for yourself as a homework as well, which is called HTTP, and it's just called Hypertext Transfer Protocol. And as you can see, it's an application layer protocol for transmitting hypermedia such as HTML. So that's basically the set of rules how HTML is sent through the internet, so you actually can get it. Does it make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. So, and that's what Johnny did. So if you go to here and you check it out, it says the get request, and then you have to read about all of that. And that's what Johnny did. Oops. And then you just use this one. And it basically requests, like the name it says, it gets the information. Or like if we go to apple.com, it basically comes to you, and the code tells you, I want to get this source code, which you see here. I want to get all of that. And then if Johnny does this, all of that will be saved in this object, which has which comes from the request module or package actually. Does it make sense? So
Yes.
you just save all of that in this R variable. And then Johnny used this one, and he said, I want to print the text of this request get function, which I just did. And to do that, you need to understand that you have this text somehow, but you basically don't know what that is. And for that, you need to read about all of that. For example, let's see if it explains it here somewhere. Text. Let's go for text. Look at this, the content. Let me go back here again. So if you go here and request or get the web page, you get this whole object, and you don't know what's inside of that. And the first thing you should do
Maybe
is
you can. Sorry for interrupting you.
Yeah.
But maybe you can show the dear
yeah,
packets
exactly.
are.
I was thinking to do that actually. Oh man, you even see that here. Perfect. Man, Johnny, man, I like what you're doing. Look at this, man. I don't
Yeah,
even
watching
have to explain.
tutorials.
Yeah, but that's how it should be. Look, Johnny said line 6 prints the HTML source code because it says .text, but you need to understand what that is. And to do that, Johnny found out that you basically could write dir R, okay, which basically shows us what methods we can use from the web page, or basically what this object, what kind of functions and or attributes are existent in this object, okay? Or you can also write help and then R that shows what the methods stand for and what they do. So that's also really good. And what did you write here? if you want to get the HTML source code, so we can have us to print our text. Perfect. So I think that's something which we just can do very quickly, and then we also can cover the most parts here. So guys, look at this. Now I just have my IDE here, and as you can see, request doesn't have this red line down below because I already imported it or installed it some day before. And now I just run it here. So Afro, just for you, we use PyCharm. I don't know what you use, but
Use VS Code.
okay, no problem. You also can use VS Code, but it's basically the same. And then I run it, and then you see this whole source code here. It's just a little bit too big, so you can't see it. But what Jonny said, you can do print dir r or r, so I can actually see what I can do with this r. Okay, Isaac, this is super important, man. Look at this. Can you see that?
What I'm looking at?
Here. This is an array or like a list, which I always say. In other languages, you would say array. You can see all of those items in this list you can use. For example, look at this. It said text, right? And this is what we wrote here. We wrote r.text. Can you see that? And that's why it returned us the whole text of this web page which we requested. So let's see what happens if we say r.url. So instead of text, I will say URL. So let's see what happens. I will start it again. And then you can see, oh my God, it prints me the URL which I had before. Does it make sense? So let's go again and check what is happening. Now I also can say the status code. I say status code. Then okay, let's go. What's happening here? Perfect. So and then you see you also have those underscores here, which are hidden functions or attributes actually. But that's for you right now not so relevant. What's important for you is that you understand how you can get to this to this list of possible functions which you can use to see what you have done actually. Does it make
There is
sense?
a directory of different arrays functions
What
that
do you mean?
the website provides. Is this a directory of the arrays that we can use to see what the website can provide?
No.
That you,
No. This is basically just from this object which is called
just from
R.
this.
Like let's
okay.
say Isaac. I just call this Isaac, and so it will just because I just call it and it comes from this object because it's called request.get, and this is what I save into Isaac. And if I say it like now, I just can see what is in Isaac right now.
Okay, got it.
So let's look at this. I can say my name is Isaac. So and then I say dir or print my name. So let's see what happens here. So this is just a variable, and then it says my name, right? What we always did. And then I say dir, and see what happens. Look at this.
Oh.
Then I can.
Oh, okay. Oh, got it.
For example, let's look for this man, split. I don't know what split is doing, but let's say check it out. My name dot split. Oops. Split. I don't even know if this works actually. Look at this. Built in with method split of string object and blah blah blah. So I probably have to do like this because I assume it's an object which I can iterate through. For I in my name, for in my split, and then I say print I. So let's see if that actually works. Okay, so it seems like this built-in function is not, so maybe I have to do it like this because it's a function, because before you saw we wrote r.text, but here it is a function. And then you see, okay, maybe I should do it like this. Print here as well. Boop. Okay, so, okay, I know why. Because you guys don't know this function, but split basically just takes your whole string and splits it into different parts. If you have different, like if you have a comma or something inside, and then it can detect that it is, it should split them by this character.
Or by the comma.
Yeah,
Okay.
or if you have something like, let's say this, for example, and then you say, I always want to get split it by this part, and then they are split into different elements in your list. But you
So
have to define it.
here,
But yeah,
so there is a way that you can see what can I interact with the functions that I have.
exactly. That's
Okay, got it.
your biggest takeaway. Okay,
Okay,
so
understand.
look at this. But of course, this is a good way to do that, which Johnny found out. But what you actually also should do is that you understand that you have documentations, okay? Because you need to have something like this. This is an okay documentation, but normally you have something like, I don't know, man. For example, if I say BigQuery, BigQuery st point. For example, like this. This is from BigQuery, and as you can see here, those are like all the functions which I can use in the BigQuery cloud. Oh wait, I'm zooming in. Hello? Yeah. And then I have all the functions here. Oh my god. It's so slow. Wait. Why is it so slow? Can you see that, guys? On the right side, I have all the functions which I want to use. And then I can click on any of them, like st_area, for example. And then it will go to that point, and then it explains to me what it's doing. Like, it returns the area in square meters covered by the polygons in the input geography. And then it also tells you what are the input parameters for this function. So this is how a documentation should look like. But as you can see from this other one, from request, it's not so good, or I didn't find a good page yet. Okay?
Okay.
Perfect.
Got it.
Okay. So, that's basically what I wanted to show you with the package, but we already run out of time. That's why the next task will be about Beautiful Soup, because today you already learned how to actually just get the whole source code of one web page of your choice.
Okay,
Does it make sense?
understand.
Yeah.
Exactly, but Johnny already knew all of that. That's why, Johnny, the next one for you actually would be that you could look into Beautiful Soup and understand why you need request and Beautiful Soup. Okay, and then
Okay.
I will give you the next task for that, and let's see if we can speed up the next class a little bit more, so you also learn something new actually. I think this class was a little bit more focused on Isaac and Afro, just to onboard you a little bit faster and better into web scraping. Okay?
That'd be great.
Yeah.
So I hope that was insightful for you guys. Do you have any questions?
No.
Just no.
Perfect.
Hi
All
to
right.
recording.
Then,
Hi with you.
guys, thank you for joining again. And I will
What is Jason?
stop it, Tanik. We will talk about that after this class. But I will write the next task, which is number 10, into the weekly task channel, which you can see here again on the left side. And thank you for watching, guys, and also for being here. I hope it was insightful and helpful somehow. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments or write me on Discord. And don't forget to like, subscribe, or just join the Discord server, which is even more important for you if you want to learn coding. And that's it for this episode. So thank you for joining, and Connect. And I will
I
talk to
use
you.
XML for
Stop
response
it,
parsing.
Isaac.
I use
Tell your last
XML.
famous words, man.
Dude, thank you for all of your combined. Dude. Thank you, Long, for teaching us in this. The patience that you have to go and follow him on Twitch, on Instagram, or like subscribe to him on YouTube, anywhere. Dude, go and follow this man.
Okay,
You could have
thanks,
just
man.
you could have just sucked his dick.